So all the dogs have been fed and been out. Yeah, I couldn't get to sleep last night because I've been laying in bed all day yesterday. I was having meds before I forget. On the decaf coffee today. Yeah, I was just trying to get to sleep last night. I had to have a Nefapam about 2 o'clock in the morning because my right hip joint was being very uncomfortable and that was stopping me from getting to sleep. So I'm laying there trying to get to sleep. I heard Willow get up to have a pee. And then she came and sat by the door here. I wanted to go out in the back garden. Right? I thought, oh God. I thought, oh well. Let's clean the pee up. Let her out in the back garden. So she led Lola out in the garden to have a wee and a poop. And they spent a long time out there sniffing the air and staring up at the security camera and sniffing around the drain pipe area. Right? I thought, So I went on, got back indoors because I'm standing out there in my boxer shorts and a t-shirt. Can't remember what time it was, but it was like quite misty in the air. I thought, I'll check that in the morning. I'm not going to worry about it tonight. So I got up this morning about 11 o'clock after hearing next door, waking up, shutting his door, and then start talking to some woman. I thought, and he started playing music, and I thought, okay, so he's trying to wake me up then. I thought, never mind. Dogs, behave in the hallway, please. Hey! Two girls fighting, play fighting. Yeah, so I got up this morning. I just sort of laid there for an hour because I've been sort of tossing and turning all night. Couldn't get comfortable, couldn't get to sleep. Just sort of dozed off for a nap and then woke back up again. Sort of that's what it felt like. Last time I checked the clock last night, it was about 3:30 when I was laying down. I couldn't get to sleep because I was starting to get frustrated with myself but at that point. I thought, yeah, my sleep pattern has definitely been fucked up now. All this fucking waking up early and stupid shit, it's got me on alert. Just aware of shit going on, do you know what I mean? This is what it does to my health. So, I got up this morning. First thing I did was check the back camera. Yeah, it had been moved. It was pointing at Mr. Murphy's back garden. I thought, right, okay. Best check the front camera then. So I checked the front camera. Yep, both pointing at Mr. Murphy's house. I thought, right, okay, so we know what's going on now then. After having a slight disagreement with the neighbours opposite, someone's fucked about with my back camera and my front camera, and the dogs let me know that it was going on last night. So now they're messing with security cameras. Front and back of the house, which means they've got to hop over the fence Remember, I heard metal banging about the night before, didn't I? So they're trying to fuck about and play mind games. Yes, I can hear the girls. I can hear them playing out in the hallway. It's okay, that's why they're allowed to play in the hallway. Unless one of them's peed and shit again out there. Excuse me. Yes. Who did that? Holster. Right, that's the second time you've done that today, Holster. You're going to get a slap. Marley, stop tittle-tattling. But good boy for telling me. Yeah, so that's how I woke up this morning. I'm expected to be in a bad mood about it all, though, aren't I? So that's a fail for him, isn't it? I was waiting for me to wake up and check the cameras and react to it. So there's no music on, no laptop on yet. Right. It's a bank holiday Monday. So I'm going to put something on nice and loud in a minute. Not going to put it on the Bluetooth speaker. I'm going to turn the telly right up to do it this time. Right. I'm going to put something on that's going to really fucking wind them up in there next door. Because it's all being done for him, by the looks of it. To say I'm spying on him or something, or harassing him, or whatever the fucking case may be. But no, I'm not. But I am going to do this morning. Because, like I said, it's all about the reversion therapy, isn't it? So I'm just going to show him that it hasn't worked. What's he going to put on, you might ask? You bark away happily out there. I'm in a happy mood this morning. But behave. Behave. Just turning the telly up. We go for Brave browser because we don't want any adverts to distract them while they're making their noise in there, do we? just change the volume, because it was on Bluetooth speaker, wasn't it? Let's just put it on TV and go.
يا نفس إن لم تظفري لا تنزعي.
All the praise is for Allah, who is the author of all existence and the most generous to his creation, while he is also the all-compelling. He is the only one worthy of our worship, having no partners, no associates, no sons, no daughters, no one whom he must consult, and no one or anything which has any comparison with him. All the praise is for Allah, who is the King of all who claim sovereignty, the only one who has the right to legislate for his creatures. He is the giver of life. He is the causer of death, while death has no effect upon him, because he is the ever-living, the self-subsisting, the eternal and the only absolute. All the praise is for Allah, who has power over all things, and there is in reality no power and no strength, no influence to cause benefit or detriment except through him. It is he who created this complex world, the seen and the unseen, the evident and the speculative, the earth and all that is on it, and everything that is in it. It is he who sent his messengers and prophets, alayhimus salam, with the common message of strict monotheism, which simply means that there is absolutely no one worthy of worship, no one worthy of our obedience, except the Almighty, the One, the Absolute, and who has no partners.
The earlier messages, which changed the world and the area in which the prophets were sent, those messages we know have changed, and even the prophets who brought them, their names are now lost. We just know in general, because Allah told us in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنْ يَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. I've sent to every nation a messenger, calling people to worship Allah alone and to avoid the worship of false gods. This essential message has been preserved in Islam in a way that it was never preserved before. Not because the message was different, because it was the same message, but because of the fact that there would be no other prophets who would come after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So therefore that message now had to be protected. It had to be preserved in a way none of the earlier messages were preserved.
And the latest, what you say you have come to know 40 years back, and what you call the Big Bang is already mentioned in the book which I read, the glorious Quran. It's mentioned 1400 years ago in Surah Anbiya, chapter number 21, verse number 30, which says, Avalam yaral lazina kafaru. Do not the unbelievers see anna samawati wal arda kan tarakkan saknahuma, that the heaven and the earth were joined together and we showed them a thunder. What you're talking about, the Big Bang,
I try and imagine compressing a spring. I push it closer and closer and closer together, so it's smaller and smaller and smaller, and I've stored a tremendous amount of energy in that spring. And when I let it go, it bursts out, it bursts out, it bursts out.
the creation of the universe, which you came to know 40 years back, is already mentioned in this book, the glorious Quran, 1400 years ago. Who could have mentioned that in the Quran? So they say, maybe someone wrote, maybe it's a fluke, maybe it's a guesswork.
A human being, regardless of who they are, or where they are, or what they do, will have this curiosity. They'll want to know, why am I here? How did I get here? And do I have a purpose? And if so, what is it? The only one who would really be able to answer that question would be the Creator himself. If there is a Creator, it would be up to him to tell us why we were created and what he expects from us and what this life is really about. Allah has shown the people from the time of Adam until right now, has shown the people what he wants from them. And it's a very simple thing, and that is that worship be for him alone without any partners. In fact, we know this life to be a test from Almighty God. That's why we're born, and that's why we die. Because there has to be a beginning and an end for us to be tested on. The next life, after this life, no one will ever die again. A bad person or a good person. Both are brought back, and they continue to live in the next life, either in good shape or not so good shape, depending on how they did on the test. The worship of the God of Abraham, that was what was taught by these prophets.
The Lord of the Arsh al-Kursi. We're talking about the Lord of the worlds. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We're talking about the Lord of the entire universe and beyond. The entire universe and beyond. You know, we live in this dunya, and we are fascinated with this dunya which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala indeed has created in a beautiful manner. We're fascinated. There are over billions of people which live on this dunya at this moment in time. Over 6 billion people that live on the dunya at this moment in time. This dunya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so big that there is space in this dunya for billions and billions and billions or more people. But what is this dunya in comparison to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created out there? This dunya is insignificant. This dunya is meaningless to Allah. It means nothing. It is worthless. So worthless, compare it with the sun. The sun is one star. You know more science than me. You'll be able to tell me better. Take this planet Earth and you place it inside the sun, and you will be able to place 1.3 million Earths in the sun. 1.3 million Earths in the sun. Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. The sun is one star. One star. There are stars out there which are millions of times bigger than the sun. You tell me this, that you need millions and millions of stars to make one galaxy. And then you tell me this, that there are zillions of galaxies out there. Let me tell you on top of this, my friend. After this, whatever you see above, when you raise your head and you look above, whatever you see above, the zillions and zillions and zillions of galaxies, let me tell you, everything there is within the first heaven. Everything there is within the first heaven, and Allah is the creator of 7 heavens. 7 heavens. And the distance between the first heaven and the second heaven is 500 years. You know, the distance that can be covered in 500 years, at what speed? Only Allah knows. Only Allah knows. But it will take 500 years to get from the first heaven to the second heaven. 500 years from the second to the third, third to the fourth, fourth to the fifth, fifth to the sixth, sixth to the seventh. Every time it will take 500 years. After the seven heavens, وَسِعَ كُرْسِيُّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. You all read the Ayat al-Kursi. You all know the Ayat al-Kursi. After this, you have the Kursi of Allah. You have the chair of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know these seven heavens that we just talked about? In comparison to the Kursi of Allah, they're non-existent. They're meaningless. Rasulullah has given an example in a hadith just to give us a little bit of understanding with regards to the seven heavens in comparison to the Kursi of Allah. Take a ring from your finger, take it off, the small ring that you have, and place it, let's say, in a desert, the Sahara Desert. It's the biggest desert in the world. You know that ring that we take off from our fingers and place it in the Sahara Desert? What comparison is in between the ring and the Sahara Desert? Nothing. Nothing. The seven heavens is the ring, and the Kursi of Allah is the Sahara Desert. After the Kursi of Allah, you have the Arsh of Allah. وَكَانَ أَرْشُهُ عَلَى الْمَاءِ. You have the Arsh of Allah. Again, Rasulullah has explained, so just so that we can understand. Take the ring, place it in the desert. This time, the ring is the Kursi and the Arsh is the desert. What is the Kursi in comparison to the Arsh of Allah? Nothing. Then you have angels which carry the Arsh of Allah. Their heads are in the seventh heaven and their feet are in the lowest earth. My friends, then you have the Lord of the Arsh. لا تدركه الأبصار ويدرك الأبصار واللطيف الخبير. He is beyond the size of Allah. Who Allah is, what Allah is. The greatness of Allah is beyond the comprehension of my little mind. This is the being that you and I are missing now.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has
Silent now, isn't it? So I went on to the next one because it was on autoplay. No murmuring, no music, no nothing coming from next door now. Just listening. Dogs are all nice and quiet, aren't they? Right. Let's just turn it off the telly volume now. Because they haven't heard the Bluetooth speaker go on. So no, it's not on the Bluetooth speaker. You want to come back in here for a cuddle now, do you, dogs? Now you've had your little play and got it out your system. Good boys and girls for showing me the cameras last night. Yep, that's the boys. That one. You're staying out there. No. Oh, no. Move. That's it. Just lay down. That's it. Just lay down. Good girls. Good boys. That's it. Just lay down. Good boy. You having your silly 5 minutes, are you, first? Yeah, Hulkster's looking at the Wii now. He's thinking, I don't like this. Go and lay down, Hulkster. Go and lay down. Told you don't do it again. You did it again. Careful, Marnie. Someone's going to get jealous. When she realises that's where you're laying and that's where she's laying, she's going to get jealous. I should think so. Willow. Willow. Yeah, he's out there because he's been naughty. He's peed up my wall. And I know it weren't one of the girls because it's up the wall as well. Come on, you little pup eater. Up here. Willow. All right, you lay down there then. What was I going to do today? I was going to do them turfs, wasn't it? There you go. You knocked something over. So good job I moved that water, wasn't it? Get off. Get off. Get off. Up here, now. Come on, stop being naughty. Up. Get up. Come on. You got your red lips back again, have you? Because your face was on the floor, wasn't it? Eating your own poop last night. That's why I let you out in the garden. In case you sicked it back up again. Yes. Come on, get up. Come on, shit lips, get up. Get off my clothes. Up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Up you get. Come on. That's it. Now settle down. Yeah, I've got to wash my clothes, so it don't matter. Bedding's got to be washed as well, right? You going to turn around that way then? Or are you just going to lay down there? Okay. Right. I don't want no kisses off you this morning because you've been a dirty bitch. Hang on, keep still. Hang on, keep still. Did I see that spot? I want to check it's not a bite. Since you've been playing out in the hallway. Go on then, lay down. Lay down. I'll go and lay down with your man if I was you. Look, you haven't seen it yet, have you? All right, we stop. Once you turn around and notice it, then it's up to you. Okay, well, you focus on me then. Stop fucking sticking your face in my face. Shit lips. There you go. There's the door shutting. I could find out who he was talking to, but Don't need to, do I? What do I care? More to the point, why has he got someone in there to get the reaction once I work out that the cameras have been moved? Because I was supposed to be shouting and hollering and reacting to it badly, wasn't I? And it didn't work, did it? Oh, what was he doing? I don't know, he was listening to some Muslim stuff. What, and that upset you? Oh. Why are you picking on that man then? He definitely put online that his cameras have been messed about with, then he played that. So he's trying to focus, isn't he? Why are you picking on that man then, Mr. Murphy? Why are you still getting these people to do what you're doing? That's narcissistic behaviour. It's not funny. The man's not finding it funny, is he? He's seeing it for what it is. Narcissistic behaviour. He's tried to be nice to you. He's made peace with you. Even give you a peace offering, and you're still doing that to him. Why are you doing it? Why are you still trying to control the neighbourhood? Getting them to do your bidding for you. Or is it, like he said all along, you are just an actor following orders? We want to know who's getting you to do all this now. So you better speak up, man, before we put you in jail. And if you've took money to do that to him, you're in trouble. So are the people that got you to do it to him. That's why the state's watching my social medias at the moment, because they know I'm exposing it all. There's that little fly right in my face again. Been buzzing in my ear and fucking about all night. I'm just waiting to catch it in the sunlight, and then I'm going to zap it. It's only a tiny little thing, but it's one of those annoying little bastard things that keeps fucking buzzing in your ear. And it's a minuscule little fly though. But they bite, and they annoy the dogs. A bit like the annoying little twat that lives next door, isn't it? Love to be a fly on the wall, would he? He's going to get a shock in a minute, isn't he? As soon as I get a clear shot at it, I'm just sort of laying down waiting for it to fly into the sunlight so I can see it properly, and then I'm going to get the racket and zap it. What was he playing then? Oh, I don't know, some Muslim stuff. What, that shocked you? He's put his music back on again now, so he can't hear nothing. Told you. Sit back, watch, listen. You can learn everything you need to. Look like they've been sitting back watching my routines, trying to work out what I'm doing, where I'm going, what I'm doing at certain times. When does he go to sleep? When does he wake up? Yeah, they tried that in prison as well. Right, now that's been dealt with. Oh, what was you listening to? Oh, I don't know, some fucking racket. You're going to get shocked by a little racket in a minute. As soon as I catch you in the sunlight. Saves squinting at the computer, doesn't it? It's not looking good for the solar eclipse in America, is it? Storm after storm, apparently. Hours. I think I watched that one yesterday. How do you have a cult on your own? Because I don't associate with religions. I don't go to buildings or anything. So how's a religion or a belief a cult if you don't associate with other people? Islamists, they look like Christian protesters to me. They're all white, aren't they? Oh, it's by Mayor 2C TV. Of course, it's going to be a divisive video.
welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be glad you made it again. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So many of you know the journey. You've been on it with me.
Was it?
Today marks the 3-year anniversary of the channel, and I am glad that you made it today, and I'm glad you will make it tomorrow. You see, this journey that we are on, post-narcissistic relationship, it is putting ourselves back together. It is understanding that we are the priority and that we do come first, second, and third. And the narcissists tried to take us down for the count. They did their best. And maybe they're even trying it with you right now, but they're not going to succeed. You see, you are becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered. You have gone through something, or you are exiting something that most people weren't prepared to exit or to even enter. It's called the narcissistic abusive cycle. This is something that will change your life forever.
Don't it?
And once you have healed, or once you reach that pinnacle of indifference, that mountaintop of indifference, you will understand that this journey was all that you had to go through. There was no other way. The narcissist saw you. They took your beautiful, bright, shining light, and they tried to extinguish it. And each and every day when you were in that relationship, they tried their best, but they failed. Because one day you found that needle in a haystack, just like all those needles, pine straw behind me. You found that one in a billion, maybe even 100 billion. And that was the first light bulb moment that you had on the education of the narcissistic abusive cycle. And I will tell you a few things before I really jump into the video, that you weren't supposed to get this wisdom. You weren't supposed to have the tools. You weren't supposed to figure out that the narcissist was in fact wearing a mask, that they were manipulating you. And you weren't supposed to put 2 and 2 together. At least that's the way the narcissist saw what you would or wouldn't do. They didn't want you to succeed or accomplish your goals, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations. They didn't want you to figure out who they were. So as the thumbnail mentions, I'm glad you made it, because it was 3 years ago today, this exact day, March 31st, 2021, at about 10 o'clock in the evening, when I said I need to take action. I need to do something. I can't continue to just ruminate and to think about the ending of the relationship and why me, and shedding all the tears that I shed. And I had practiced radical acceptance back then. It took me a while to do that, and I put a mountain of work into myself from October 29th, 2020, when I was discarded during a very challenging period of time. We all know what that was, and this was around the holidays. And in a moment, my whole life changed on a dime. The next day, everything was shifted for me. And I had very, very challenging days, weekends, evenings. I had so much time by myself to focus on what was important and how that relationship, what it really was. And it culminated on January 6, 2021. That was a very pivotal day for me. A day that I really don't want to discuss on this video. I just want to mention it to you. It was about 2 months after I got discarded that I almost didn't make it. Then again, fast forward to March 31st, 2021.
Don't like it behind bars, do you, little
fucker? I was discarded, I picked up the camera. I created, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. I created my first video, 10 o'clock at night. And I'll tell you, if you look back in those videos, I look differently. I was broken, beaten down, a little bit younger, less gray hair. But what I was I was determined. I was resilient. I was driven. I was focused. I knew that I had a bigger and better purpose on this planet than because I knew that there was a bigger thing for me out there. And it wasn't just being in a relationship. What it was I had to pay it forward. And I guaranteed and promised everybody on my moonshot, on that very first video, which was titled, Glad You Made It, and I will talk about that in a moment. I promised the world that I would create my moonshot and help people to get across the bridge when I wasn't even across the bridge myself. But I knew that I had a higher purpose, a calling, that relationship that almost took me down for the count, there was a meaning behind it, and I figured it out. And so if you really think about what this video is titled, it's called Glad You Made It Again. And I made the same video with different circumstances last year and the year before, I believe. The first year was Glad You Made It. Think about those words, glad you made it. Now go back in time, what I shared with you, January 6, 2021. I almost didn't make it. Now I'm not trying to trigger you or upset you. Many of us almost don't make it. Some of us actually don't make it. But that's not you. You need to understand that you are the priority. If I did it during those challenging times, you can do it. And I am very, very glad that I made it. And I'm very, very glad that you are making it, or you have made it. So understand that That relationship, there was no other way. You had to go through it. You may think that you didn't deserve it and why me and all these things. And I understood all those notions. I went through those myself. That's when practicing radical acceptance really kicked in, that life is what it is. And there are people out there that will try to manipulate you and take advantage of you. And the narcissist is at the top of that list. But that's not you. You are what I call a beautiful, bright, shining light. You are not supply. You are an abundant, beautiful, loved, and cherished, and honored, and relished human being, as am I. And so when I say glad you made it, it means look back at the body of that relationship for a moment, if you will. You had so many things you had to deal with, all the manipulation, all the toxicity. I'm not going to go into details of what the terms or definitions of the glossary are in this video, because I want to let you know that I made it. I'm here. I'm in a whole different environment, and I had to really fight like you know what to get here. And that's probably what you have done or you will do. Each and every one of us have similar experiences in the narcissistic relationship, yet are unique to ourselves. We do know that the narcissist uses the same playbook, and they come at you with the same techniques over and over again. It's not until you get the wisdom and you block these people and go no contact and delete them and remove everybody, flying monkeys included, from that period of time, or most people, and you understand that you have to slow your life down. You have to process things. You have to heal. And in time, in your time, you will heal. When you do all of these things, life becomes slower. Life becomes abundant. You are connected with the higher self. You leave the ego to the side. And well, I will mention ego for a moment. The ego is something that I put aside when I experienced the dark night of the soul, which is a whole different video I created. Many of you have not gone through the dark night of the soul. My hope is you never do. Some of you have gone through it. Others have gone through it more than once. The dark night of the soul will change your life forever. It's not just words. It's a real thing that almost really takes you down for the count again. You see, the narcissistic relationship was a multi-layered doomsday machine, if you will. It really did not want you to make it, but you did. And here you are. And you need to be fortunate. You need to be grateful. You need to be understanding that you really are a special and unique and loved person. And I am extremely glad that you made it. Now, throughout the last 3 years of me creating videos, you've seen me take some very emotional trips. You've seen me shed tears when I had to leave Costa Rica. You've seen me eat bugs when in Costa Rica. You've seen me waffle around in the jungle and in the rainforest and in the trees in the forest here in the Carolinas. You've seen me out in the cold and the elements. And I do that for a purpose, for a reason, to let you know that it doesn't matter what is around you. The thing is, you can continue to focus on yourself. And no matter what weather comes your way, if you can weather the storm. You can make it. Again, I made it. If I made it, you can make it. So take everything one day at a time. Focus on yourself. Realize that where you are right now, if it is not where you want to be, you will get where you want to be. But you're going to have a plan. You're going to have to execute the plan. You're going to have to really focus on yourself, and you're going to have to understand that to execute the plan, there will be some sacrifices that must be made. Example, many of the people in the past of the narcissistic relationship are what I call casualties of the relationship. And some of these people are really good quality people, but you have to let them go. Because if they're connected to the narcissist, or if they're one step away from the narcissist, that's not what you want. You need to live your life narcissist-free, toxic-free, manipulating-free. That's how you live your life. So saying goodbye to some of these people, not literally, but in your mind, and loving them from afar is the path. Understanding that your journey is your journey. Your journey is not another person's journey. And when you were with the narcissist, your life was put on hold, and you were existing in that devaluation stage. You were living the life of the narcissist, and you were pumping them up, and you were doing everything you possibly could to benefit them to the detriment of yourself. Now, all these things I'm mentioning to you, they culminate in this. Like I mentioned, 3 years ago, this exact date, I picked up the camera and created the first video ever. Now, did I know that the channel would do as well as it has done? I didn't. Am I grateful that it has? Yes, I am. Will I continue to pay it forward each and every day? Yes, I will. A year from today, will I be in a different location creating a video very similar to this with another year of healing under my belt? Absolutely. I'll continue to do the videos each and every day, just like I promised you in the original Glad You Made It video, which was so appropriately titled. It's really a deep title for that video if you think about it. Specifically, if you've healed, you know what I'm talking about, because I am so glad that I made it. I'm so glad you are making it, or you did make it. Each and every day, I give you my best. Each and every day, I do my best to create authentic, genuine videos without a script in different locations. And sometimes, yes, it can be a little bit noisy. There's construction at times, and sometimes the wind blows. But I shoot these videos with one take. And yes, do I make mistakes? Absolutely. Do I give it everything I have? I do. Will I continue to do that? Yes, I will. I will give you my best each and every day, just like I promised you 3 years ago today. I won't stop. I will not stop. And I want to share a very special thing here in this part of the video. To my mom and dad, I love you both more than you will ever know. You created a very strong person in me with all of the upbringing and all the manners you taught me and all the right from wrong. And all that courage and fortitude that you instilled in me paid off handsomely. And it is still paying off right now because I'm doing the best I can. And I will continue to help people every single day. I'm getting a little emotional because it's been 3 years, and 3 years is a long time. But each and every day, I practice gratitude with my parents and so many other things, and I practice thankfulness, and I appreciate where I am and how far I've come. And again, I want you to understand a few things. Emotions are meant to be let out. They're not meant to be kept in. When you're in the narcissistic relationship, your emotions are anything but heard. You can't express yourself many times. If you do express yourself, usually you're expressing yourself in a negative context because the narcissist is usually trying to push your buttons and get a reaction out of you. They don't want you to be you. They want you to be nothing but a shell of yourself. That's why you lose you. You lose your identity to these people. These people are toxic. I'm not going to focus any more about them. I'm just going to share that if you have people that have helped you across the path or have helped you to that pinnacle of indifference, and you know now that you couldn't do it unless you really dug in deep to yourself, then you really are a special and fortunate person. And you should appreciate that and love yourself and honor yourself and be kind to yourself. That is what I do each and every day, and my hope is that's what you're doing. So let your emotions out. If you want to shed a tear here with me, do it. God bless you. Tears are a good thing. They're not a sign of weakness like the narcissist thinks. They're a sign of strength. They're a sign of you being authentic and genuine and being your real self. And expressing yourself is what you should do. That's what I do each and every day when I create a video. And that's what I did 3 years ago when I picked up the first camera ever at about 10 o'clock at night. And I took action. That is the path. It's taking action and doing things that serve you. It's not doing things that other people want you to do. It's not putting other people in front of yourself. It's not being a people pleaser. It's not being a yes person. It's not having boundaries. You have to have boundaries, and you have to know your value and your worth, and you have to know that I believe in you more than you will ever know. I am your number one supporter, your number one fan, and each and every day my hope is you're getting value out of the videos I create, because that's the path. The path is to get the education, apply the tools, accept the wisdom, and understand that your journey, you are perhaps walking right side by side with me. Maybe you're in front of me on the healing path. Maybe you're behind me. But the point is we are all on a healing path, headed in the same direction, simply taking different footsteps, which means we're on different parts of healing. Now, to answer a question that I get frequently, am I healed? Am I good? I'll tell you right now, I'm about as good as anybody could possibly be on this planet after experiencing what I experienced. To put a number on it, I would say I'm 99.999%. Yes, I don't believe anybody will ever be 100%, because you still have things that you think about in the past. You still at times will smell a perfume or a cologne and think about some certain events, and holidays will sometimes trigger you or to put you in a different mindset, etc. But then you reframe all these things, and the further you get away from that relationship, the more ability you have to heal, and the more your energy returns, your health returns, your finances return, your network of friends returns. You can fall in love again. You can take a class, teach a class, read a book, write a book. You can do whatever you want to in your own time. That is the path. That is why I repeat so many messages during my videos, because people need to hear the same messages over and over and over again, the same positive messages that are reinforced with the words that I use. And keep in mind, for some people that may say to themselves, wait, Andrew, you repeat yourself so much. Why would you do that? The reason I do it, again, is to reinforce the positive affirmations and the positive beliefs and experiences that I've had and that I want you to have also. But also because, think about one thing. As you're watching the video, maybe your relationship ended 10, 20 years ago, and you're still getting wisdom from the videos. That's beautiful, but perhaps it is somebody's first video they've ever seen. And that person doesn't know what you know. At one point, that was you. That was me. That's why I repeat myself, to let you know that we're all in this together. We need to get stronger. We need to heal. We need to have boundaries. We need to focus on ourselves. So I am very, very glad that you made it. And my hope is once your cup is full and you fully heal, you get to that pinnacle of indifference, that mountaintop of indifference where I am, that you can pay it forward also, and you can help others across the bridge. Because there are challenging nights. There are very, very tough experiences to go through. There's a lot of learning to go through. There's a huge learning curve post-narcissistic relationship. We now know most of, if not all of that. But each and every day you will get stronger once you block these people and you understand that where you are now maybe isn't where you want to be, or in my case, where I am now is exactly where I want to be. Understand what I'm sharing with you. I am so glad that you made it. I'm fortunate, I am blessed, and I am very grateful to have the ability to create the videos that I create with the energy that runs through me and the words that go through me onto this video, and so you can absorb it. Whether you're going to bed right now, whether you're waking up, whether you're on a plane, an automobile, a train, maybe you're at work, maybe you're on vacation, who knows where you are, but you're getting the wisdom. And really understand that my channel is to let you know that if I did this, you can do it. And it is also to let you know that you are valued, you're cherished, and you are worth so much more than anybody ever gave you credit for. Except for maybe a few beautiful people, like, example, my parents. But what I'm sharing with you is focus on yourself. There will be dark days, there will be challenging experiences, there will be hurdles to overcome, and understanding that the light at the end of the tunnel, if you're not already through it, it will get bigger each and every day, each and every hour, when you continue to focus on who you are and what you've experienced and what you are going to accomplish in the future. Before I close the video, I will say this. Many times during one-on-one sessions, I mention this, and I've mentioned it in videos at times recently. The doors of abundance sincerely will open up for you once you block the narcissist and you heal. The key here is healing. Now, time is not the only element that will help you heal. It's understanding the glossary, the terms, the definitions on the cycle, and slowing your life down and blocking people, and really, really digging in deep to yourself. In time, in your time, you will heal, but nobody can tell you when you will heal. I certainly didn't know when I would, but I did, and here I am. But you're going to have to really battle this, and you're going to really have to go toe-to-toe with this dark energy source that almost took you down for the count, but it didn't. So when you do that, you will really get to that other side of the bridge where I am and where so many other people are. And when you get to that pinnacle, you can pay it forward and help other people out. So everyone, before I go, and I know the lighting isn't the best for this one, but it's not about lighting, it's about the message. It's to let you know I am sincerely honored to be able to each and every day create a video. I am humbled by all the beautiful, positive words that I read in the community and by the emails I get. And I am really, sincerely so blessed to be able to share my journey and my experiences with you, not only today, but for the last 3 years. And I will continue to create my moonshot. I will continue to move forward each and every day, creating the best videos I can and preparing you for things that perhaps you've already known or you need reminders of, or maybe you haven't experienced yet. I love you all. God bless you. So that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. And I've said this multiple times. I'm going to say it one more time. I am sincerely glad that you made it. Some people don't. You did, and you're here now. You need to really understand that you are a beautiful and abundant person. Continue to believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And one more thing. I want to say this to my parents who are not with us. I love you so much, Mom, and I love you so much, Dad. You've given me so much. Not only have you given it to me, but you've allowed me to pay it forward to help other people. I love you more than you will ever know. God bless you all. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. And remember, focus on yourselves. I am so glad you made it. 3 years ago today, I was not in the same space as I am now. And I had some challenges, to say the least. But here I am, paying it forward, and you will too. I love you all. God bless you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
So April the 1st, and the chat rules have changed. So I'm only getting group conversations coming up in my chat now from I've just noticed that. It's April the 1st, isn't it? Yeah, 1st of April. So the chat group you can't see now, and if you press on messages up on the top there on that side, it says chat logs are missing. Press your code in to access messages. Yeah, don't need to on my phone, do I? Now I'm scrolling down, it started changing because I've started talking about it. Oh look, now my chat groups have popped up. Now all my chat thingies have lit up. Right? Because I'm talking about it out loud beside the computer, and the AI has just realised that I'm exposing it. I'm just having a scroll down. Oh, of course. It's April Fool's Day, isn't it? Like Biden falling up the stairs, fighting with a white rabbit. Oh, one of those hiking canes I bought. Yeah, I got one of them. They're very good. Bit slidey though when you're laying on them. banking Trojan. It's back and it's been upgraded. So watch your smartphones. Thanks for that, Willow. Phew. Who's that? Jay-Z being exposed by Ice Cube. I've been reading a lot about this sort of stuff lately. So my phone's sliding out of my hand here. Whole lot of nothing going on Facebook World, isn't it? One hour, 20 minutes. Well, at least me antidepressants kicked in. Holster's laid down and submitted now, so. Like I said, it's gone silent next door, so that'll be that little fly annoying her. Like I said, listening next door for the reaction, yeah? What do I do? Play a couple of videos? Just to change my mental state. And a quick scroll. Yeah. You want to go back out there? Or you want your brother in here? Oh. No, I'm just having a look through here. I'm going to cuddle your brother, dear. Okay. What do you want? What do you want? You want to go back out? Okay. Come on then. Up. Up. Up, Willow. They want to go back out, so we'll let you out as well. Come on. Ooh. Whew. Come on. Out. Out. Okay. Don't take a lot to. I can't remember that, can it? Excuse me. Bit of a grey overcast day, isn't it? What, get yourself a drink then. Ain't going to drink the whole bucket, are they? They're just gluttons. Go on in, go toilet. You don't need me out there with you. Go on, go toilet. Go. God, they do drink some water, these dogs. The girls do, anyway. But according to advice on these types of dogs, the female dogs, they've got no break when it comes to diet or water in some consumption. They just keep on drinking and drinking and drinking and eating and eating and eating. That's it. That's it. Got a bit of clearing up to do today, and I. But once they're all calmed down, are you back again, are you? Yeah, I just saw that one as well. Israel war crimes covered up by UK government. Are they load up? Oops. Let's put this one on. No idea what it's about. What's up then, Lone? Did that make you jump, did it?
If you've ever felt like you're constantly under the microscope, with people tracking your every move, not even letting you have a moment
Ironic,
of peace,
isn't it?
This message is for you. It's tough when you sense that others can't seem to take their eyes off you, always curious about your next step, even in the most mundane moments of your life. It's like you can't even share a simple story without them hanging on to every word, looking for a slip or a flaw. These are the same folks who secretly wish for your downfall, hoping you'll come running to them in desperation. But here's the thing, you're doing just fine on your own. This bothers them deep down. You're thriving, and it's making them rethink everything they thought they knew about you. So, what's really going on with you? It's a mix of envy, confusion, and realization that their attempts to bring you down are futile. You're living your life unbothered and unfazed by their negativity, and it's driving them upward. They can't grasp how you manage to remain so composed and successful despite their best efforts to see you stumble. Remember, their scrutiny and bitterness are reflections of their own insecurities, not a measure of your worth. Keep shining bright. Keep moving forward, and let them deal with
Get
their
off.
own issues. Your strength and resilience are what truly set you apart.
Nah.
Sometimes it feels like someone's always trying to
Polish
one-up
up
you,
loads.
thinking they know everything, always competing. But really, they're battling their own stuff, doubts, fears and insecurities. And it's like life's pushing them to see you shine, to watch you rise and stay cool through it all. They make a big show of themselves, trying to prove they're the right person for the job, the relationship, or the opportunity, not you.
Move.
But again and again, things don't go their way, and they just can't figure out
Move.
why. They
Move.
start each day on the wrong foot, carrying a negative vibe, thinking they're ahead, but you can see right through their act. They're frustrated because it looks like you're getting ahead effortlessly, but it's not about things being handed to you on a silver platter. It's about staying true to yourself, being steady and unshaken by what's going on around you. While they're caught up in trying to outdo you, you're focused on your path, undistracted by the noise.
Not on
You've
the
planted
bed.
seeds, and now, as you start to see the first signs of your efforts paying off, others might not grasp the whole story. They don't get the seasons you've been through, the patience and care you've invested in your dreams. To them, it looks like everything's suddenly falling into place without understanding the groundwork you've laid.
Move.
What they see is your confidence growing, perhaps a new job you've
Move.
or new
I want some
relationships
leg
blossom.
room.
But they're missing the full picture. They don't see the hard work behind the scenes, the tears you've shed, or the sacrifices you've made. They're unaware of the late nights and early mornings you've dedicated to your goals beyond your regular job when the world is quiet.
If you
To
anchor
them,
yourself
your
into this
success
bed
seems
one
to
more
appear
time
out of nowhere.
while I'm trying to move
They only
you,
notice the glow of your
fucking
achievement,
move.
not realizing the journey you've undertaken to get to this point. They see you stepping confidently
Right,
through
get
new
off
doors,
then until you
unaware
listen.
of the struggles and determination
Now give
that
me
have
some
brought you
elbow
here.
room.
When you start receiving recognition and accolades, some people see it as you being on an untouchable pedestal. This perception frustrates them, stirring up negativity within. It's ironic because these individuals might be the very ones you consider friends. Yet they struggle with your success, sometimes acting out without even realizing why. It's your light, your progress, that's causing them discomfort.
Get up.
These folks can't fathom that your blessings are simply that, blessings from above, facilitated through others. Some might even speculate wildly, imagining you've got a secret benefactor, or that you're somehow hustling behind the scenes. The reality, however, is far from their assumptions. You're just receiving what you've worked hard for, what you've prayed for. The crazy part is, even when you might not see your own progress as anything spectacular, they do. They're not just noticing it, they're fixated on it. Your light doesn't just illuminate your path, it inadvertently highlights their insecurities, leaving them feeling exposed and agitated. Despite their perceptions, you know the truth of your journey and the genuine source of your success. Their confusion has turned into an obsession with watching you. This confusion makes them act out in strange ways. It's like they can't decide whether to admire you or resent you. But here's the thing. They're struggling because they see you moving forward while they feel stuck. This isn't about those who are actively trying to better themselves. It's about those who haven't yet found their path. You might have felt lost at some point, unsure of your direction. It's a challenging place to be, not knowing your purpose. But you didn't let that uncertainty make you bitter or jealous of others. You didn't waste energy comparing yourself to someone else or trying to bring them down. Instead, you focused on yourself. You took that feeling of being lost and used it as fuel to work on finding your own way, to improve yourself. That's the key difference. The issue with these individuals is that they're so focused on you, they can't concentrate on their own lives. When I say they're wrapped up in you, I mean they're trying to hinder you, to oppose you, aiming to make you feel discouraged so you don't progress. They believe they're being subtle, but you can see right through their intentions. Their actions stem from grief. Grief over your constant rise, over the recognition and support you receive. And it's not just about the applause. It's because you're genuine, with a pure heart, that people notice and acknowledge you. You attract both positivity and negativity, But these individuals only see the positive
Watching the
attention you
watcher.
get. They don't understand it's not just about you. It's God working in your life. They fail to recognize the challenges you've faced. They see you standing strong now and assume it's about your possessions or status. But in reality, it's the light you carry within that bothers them the most. That's the source of their envy. They're envious of the very essence of you, of that radiant light you carry within. It's not just about wanting what you have. It's about wishing they could diminish that vibrant part of you. But here's the thing. They're grieving because you're entering a phase where abundance isn't just a possibility. It's imminent. It's on its way to you. And for those ready to embrace it, this message is a beacon of hope. For those doubting, I urge you not to dismiss this out of hand.
Lay down.
This isn't for skeptics or for those quick to judge. This message is for the ones who've walked through their
Lay
wilderness,
down.
who've made sacrifices, who've had the courage
Now.
to let go of what needed to be released. It's for those who've endured seasons of isolation, those who've wept and planted seeds of hope and perseverance. Now you're on the brink of emerging into the light. You're about to step into a realm where your sacrifices and patience begin to bear fruit. This is a time for those who felt alone in their struggles to recognize their strength and resilience. You're finally recognizing your true worth, understanding the power that resides within you. This is a period of transformation and realization. It's a time when the abundance that's been just out of reach starts to manifest in your life in tangible ways. So, for those who've been quietly preparing, who've weathered the storms in solitude and kept faith in the face of adversity, know this. Your season of abundance is near. Your time of isolation and sacrifice is giving way to a season of reward and fulfillment. Embrace this transition with open arms. Stand firm in your identity and the journey you've traversed. The light within you that others might envy is the very thing that will illuminate your path to abundance.
Lay down.
It's a light
hamster.
that can't be dimmed or taken away. It's your time now. Let the abundance flow. This moment marks a
That's it.
pivotal shift where divine provision is set to unfold in your life, and I am simply a conduit for that blessing. Understand,
Lay
not
down.
everyone will appreciate
Willow,
this,
lay down.
grasp its significance, or even endorse it, but they will have to come to terms with it. They are compelled to acknowledge the space you occupy, the strides you're making, and the season of growth you're embracing. They must come to terms with the boundaries you've set, the selective sharing of your journey, and your decisions on who you spend your time with. They're wrestling with the reality that their connection to you, once a source of energy for them, is no longer available. It's a time for them to introspect and confront their own issues, to battle their internal demons and find their own path to contentment. Meanwhile, your focus should remain undisturbed. Maintain your tranquility, nurture your soul, love yourself fiercely, and keep ascending. Stay committed to the tasks and ventures God has guided you towards. Each day, embrace your journey with faith and anticipation. The connections and opportunities meant for you will naturally align with your path. There's no need to seek them out. They will seek you. Remember, you are loved immensely, cherished beyond measure. Keep moving forward with grace and assurance. Until we meet again, take care and peace be with
Few
you.
rain showers then. So I'm just checking that it's not on the thingy. No update on that one yet. I'll bookmark one to watch. But I don't need to. Right, lay down, Willow. I'm going to let this upload because it's going to take a while. It's 1 hour 44 minutes. There you go. Hello, baby girl. Don't be breathing your pre-breath on me. You're a little cutie, aren't you? Oh, bumpy head. Look at you with your little bites from them flies. Or whoever you've been playing with. See, Marnie gives as good as he gets, doesn't he? And you and Lola, well, that's just a little dominance thing between females, isn't it? It'll turn itself off in a minute, so I don't even have to get up for that. Well, someone's busy listening still, because I can hear them murmuring. Oh, you played 3 videos today? Oh. What's he been listening to then? Well, if they wait a while, they can see for their own eyes, can't they? And why? Have a lovely bank holiday Monday.